Well, I know you can't wait to put your mower away, and but there's a lot of right now. It's still warm out, and the grass is still growing, so it's pretty good to still have that mower out and cut your grass.
Yeah, I mean, I see my guys. I know that I'm going to get a bill. It's like, do you really need to cut my weeds? There's only like a portion of my lawn that's still green. How about your zoysia? Is your zoysia turned yet?
Yeah.
It's brown?
Oh, yeah.
It's brown. How long has it been brown?
Been about, I'd say a couple weeks at least.
Couple weeks?
Yeah.
Fear of brown? Maybe that's it. Your lawn, brown?
Yeah, it was brown.
We know. You and Julio are zoysia fans.
We belong to the zoysia club.
That's right. Well, it's you need to cut it. And that when we're getting close. I mean, we had some really cold. I think it was 35 degrees here in South Jersey. Northern Jersey, I think, was close to the same. Our weather is almost identical. Some of the areas in Pennsylvania and our listening area that they have gotten colder than we have, but it's still, we're right there. We're almost there. Where it's the soil temperature that's the key. Soil temperature right now is warm. I mean, it's the weather has been ridiculously warm. Like I told you, I went down south. Mm-hmm. It was the same temperature here that it was there. Here. So I was keeping an eye on it. I wasn't worried about our sprinkler system freezing. But here's what you need to do when your grass stops growing. And if you have a lawn like mine that it has turned colors because it's mostly crabgrass, shoemaker syndrome is what they call that. That's what it's called. Shoemaker syndrome, where the shoemaker has the worn out shoes because he doesn't have time to fix his own. That's where that comes from. But here's what you need to do. Your last cut that you're going to do, you want to lower your mower to the lowest level you can without scalping your lawn. Scalping your lawn means is that you take off the crown where the growth comes from of the grass blade. So you want to keep it, lower it all the way down, but you don't want it that low to where you're scalping your lawn because you're going to kill that whole section. You're going to rake up. Why do we rake leaves? I don't like raking leaves because I have trees where they never. I have oaks, so they never ending. But why do we rake leaves? And that we want to mulch them if you have a mulching mower or stuff, but you don't want them to mat down over and suffocate the lawn. It'll harm the lawn. It'll kill the lawn. It'll choke out the lawn. It'll add diseases. So you want to rake your leaves, bring them to. Hopefully you have a municipal program where they'll come and get your leaves and bring them to the side. If you have I have one of those stand-up mowers where you go, you get a tarp, you rake them all onto the tarp, and you step on the tarp and you drag it to the end of the street. So that way it's a little bit easier. It's not like you try to convince your kids to do it, but that never was successful for me. Anyway, no. You can do some winter seeding. So after you cut that down, you want to make sure that it is grass seed and not turns into bird seed because the birds eat it. So you do need to cover it. Most important, if you have some bare areas, you need to get it in contact with the soil. Most important. Birds are hungry and their natural food sources are slowly disappearing. We talked a few weeks ago about making sure that you allowed your, say, coneflower and black-eyed Susans to just let those flower heads stay so that they are food for the birds. Don't cut them back. Don't cut them back. So one of the most important things is that when you put your mower away, you're not done. You want to take off your blade and get it sharpened so that you have a super sharp blade starting in the spring. A lot of times people will come in, they'll say, hey, how come my lawn has got this white sheen to it? And it's because what's happening is their blade of their mower is so dull that it's just whipping the tops of the grass off and it's shredding them. It's not cutting them. And that's because their blade on their mower is just so dull. Also, make sure you don't want to empty your gas tank on your mower, but what you do want to do is add fuel stabilizer, and it protects the engine. I talked to a engine repair guy, and he said, "Oh yeah, I have a lot of work from that. I get a lot of, I get a big income from that." And so the point is that use the stabilizer, and then that will, because when you start it, you gum up all the works of the engine. And so again, you need to put the fuel stabilizer in the engine of all of your equipment, whether it's, your mower, blower, or your weed whacker. Yeah. So it's, but it's not, we're not there yet. We're not there yet. And like we talked about in the first segment, you still need to water. You still need to water. It's coming to where it's going to be cold, and you've got to get your sprinkler blown out. Talk with your sprinkler person who does your blowout, and just make sure that they know that you want it later than sooner. Anybody who's gotten it done yet. And honestly, I haven't seen too many. Usually you're driving through the neighborhoods or whatever, and you see that it looks like fog coming out of the sprinklers. I haven't seen that yet. Yeah. So weather is a little different this autumn. So, but it's coming.
Oh yeah,
it's coming.
Before you know it,
it's coming.
It is.
It's coming.
Yeah.
Got to change your clocks.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Got to change your clocks tomorrow.
We get it.
Sunday.
We add an hour, right? Or we lose an hour.
It's
fall
ahead, spring back. It used to always make me mad because when we're the most tired in the spring because we're busy.
Other way around, fall back.
Fall.
So that's right. That we would always lose an hour when we're the most tired in spring. Yeah. So we get an extra hour when we do it in on Sunday. Yeah. So I guess it's Saturday night to be technical. You know what I mean. Yeah. Everybody comes to church early on Sunday.
What are you doing here?
Like, hey, look at this. Everybody's made it on time.
Wait, you're here for Sunday school and not service?
Yeah.
On time?
Yeah, right. He's the only one in the parking lot. Right?
Anyway, so just make sure that you're still working that sprinkler, and again, it's coming. It's got to go dormant. So, and also don't forget about your landscape plants. You want to saturate that bed and make sure your landscape beds are filled with water, your perennials, everything, because the damage that occurs from dry winter is going to happen throughout the winter. So you want them to go in to be fully hydrated going into the winter months. Anything to add, Julio?
Yeah. I do have a mower, but it's battery powered, by the way.
A battery? Good for you. And you said you like it.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's quieter.
Well,
it is smaller, though.
Well, but still, did you get you got a smaller lawn.
Yeah. It doesn't.
Can you cut it?
Oh, yeah. 45 minutes. Yeah.
45 minutes?
Yeah.
It works with Zoysia?
Yeah, I put it on high.
On high, okay. Yeah. All right.
Yeah, it makes it look like he's doing something.
It looks like it's cut.
Or your brother. Andy, look, I cut the grass, Could you get out here and help?
Yeah, I know.
Anyway, that's a thought. So Christmas is coming, so put it on your Christmas list.
You hear that, Charmaine?
Yeah. Your yard is gigantic.
Yeah, but that's for the front. That's for the front. I have a ride on I use for the back.
Oh,
but
that's great.
For the front, it's just too hard to
How old
drive
is
my
Deuce?
ride on. 6.
He can't wait to get on that mower.
Right.
He can't
Well,
wait.
he sits on my lap, right?
There you go.
But for the front of the house, it's kind of hard. It's just I have too many curves and it's rough for the front. So I definitely want to get something else for my front. You hear that, Charmaine?
Yeah.
Christmas is coming. Or Black Friday, one or the other.
Yeah.